Hello guys, my name is Diego Pacheco and this will be another Java video. So today guys, I wanna show you how we can do hashing in Java. We often use hashes for passwords, but you could use for other sensitive information that you want to compare. However, I would say that you want to use for high entropy data. If you have a low entropy data, even with hash, it might be not secure because you can do some kind of a lookup table and end up guessing what the data is. That's why high entropy is interesting. But for passwords, is really no brainer at all, right? So let go and let's go and open my idea here and let's see the code. I actually gonna show you different flavors and different frameworks that you can play with it. We're definitely gonna use the standard Java SDK, but we also gonna use 3 other libraries. So here in my pwn.xml, you can see I have Guava from Google. I also have Apache Commons codec here, and also Bouncy Castle. Bouncy Castle is very famous for security. It's also interesting library. So let's take a look on the code, right? So here I have original string, which is low entropy, as you can see. I only have numbers from 1 to 9 as my string, right? So I'm gonna hash this string, and I'm gonna show different methods pretty much. We're gonna use the standard library first, then Bouncy Castle, Guava, and Commons Digest. I structure in 2 flavors, the ones that we use salt and the ones that we do salt but in a different way, right? So ideally you should do first method, but you can do second method as well. So for the Java SDK, I have a hash method here, implementation where we get a digest. In my case, I'm going to use SHA-256. And then first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to update to use the salt. My salt here, I have a method get salt that's going to generate a static byte array. So if you take a look on my salt implementation, basically do a secure hand-on, and then I get 16 bytes salt, and that's what we do, right? Keep in mind, let's say if you want to start this on database, you cannot be randomically generating new salts. You actually need that store that salt securely, otherwise you're never going to be able to get the same hash, right? And then because my hash is bytes array in memory for the standard SDK, I have some method to transform the byte arrays to hexadecimal, and then we can print, right? So that's the Java implementation. For Bouncy Castle, we also can do a hash, so you can create a digest, you can update that digest, and then you can run the digest, and we can encode it using hex from Bouncy Castle. So you don't need to write that method, you can use this utility form, and then that's how you get that working, right? So I have another flavor of it here, where I'm using Guava. So for Guava, there is a helper. So there is this hashing SHA-256. However, it's a fluent DSL, but there's this hash string. However, there's no option here to put the salt. Then I need to concatenate my message with the salt. And since are both strings, I just do the plus sign, and how I do it. I'm making sure this is UTF-8. If you're using like Chinese and other characters, Asians, you might need to be UTF-16 or even 32. Then I just call to a string and we get the SHA with the hex. This returns a string, so we don't need to convert to hex to print it. The other implementation here is with Commons codec, where I have a hash cd operation here. There's a digest utils where I just call SHA 256 hex, and then the same thing, I can't pass a salt, then I need to create a salt string, and then I can concatenate that salt string with my original string. I'm making sure I'm using UTF-8, and that's how you go. All right, so I can run this. You're gonna see this block all gonna have the same values, and here you're gonna see different values. You can see the same method I'm calling twice, and using the same salt because I initialized that salt on the beginning, and I actually gonna use the same salt for the other methods, but because in the way that I'm initialize the salt is a bit different, you're gonna see different values. If I remove the salt from everybody, then even with different frameworks, they would produce the same salt because it's the same algorithm, right? So I can run here, and then you can see exactly like I said, right? So first block, they all have the same hash, although they're using the same salt. On the different block, which is Guava and Commons codec, I'm using a different method. So here I'm initializing the digest with the salt, and here I'm concatenating on the string that I want to hash, right? So that's it. You can see it works. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys like it.